Welcome to the Motherland Manifesto, a fearless confrontation with identity, memory, and the power of remembering who we truly are. Dear African, they see you first as African, not your job, not your passport, not your education. African. The world is not confused about you. You are. And that confusion is costing you energy. You wake up tired, not from work, but from arguing with your own reflection. That is the fracture. The only person fighting your identity is you, and you are losing. Tonight is not comfort. Tonight is confrontation, because comfort kept you quiet, and quiet is how identity disappears, not stolen, abandoned. A people can survive poverty. A people can survive war. But a people who doubt themselves, they erase themselves slowly, politely, respectably, and smiling. Watch yourself in public. Look carefully. You soften your voice. You polish your accent. You edit your name. You laugh at jokes that insult your own people. Not because you agree, because you want approval. This is not confidence. This is negotiation. A silent deal with the world. If I shrink enough, will you accept me? And the world answers, no. Because the people you chase still see what you're hiding. African. You cannot outrun something stitched into your skin. Here is the question you avoid. If being African was enough, why are you trying to dilute it? Why does foreign approval feel like oxygen? Why does acceptance from outside feel like survival? These are not accidents. This is history living inside your mind. Colonialism did not die. It moved. Into beauty standards, into language, into education, into self-worth. The message was simple. To be closer to Europe is to be closer to human. And you believed it, not loudly, quietly. So quietly you call it taste, preference, professionalism. Modern became a polite word for self-erasure. You say, I just want to be seen as human, but no one else has to amputate their culture to qualify. Europeans are human and European. Asians are human and Asian. Arabs are human and Arab. Only Africans are told, to be human, be neutral. Neutral means invisible, and invisible people are easy to ignore. You are being trained to disappear politely. Smile, blend, do not disturb. A people afraid to take up space start apologizing for existing. And apology becomes personality. That is not humility, that is conditioning. You live a double life. One version outside, one version at home. Outside, careful. At home, alive. Outside, edited. At home, breathing. Your body knows where it is safe to be real. That should disturb you, because it means freedom has an address, and it is not public. Africa is memory, civilizations, science, architecture, philosophy, spiritual systems. But you were taught slavery louder than empire, pain louder than power, absence louder than presence. So you walk into the world already negotiating your worth, because history was edited before it reached you. A people with edited memory walk carefully, in rooms they helped build. You enter inheritance like a guest. That is psychological theft, and the thief is invisible. This is not politics, this is grief. Grief carried in posture, in introductions, in apologies, in the fear of being too much. Identity rejection is exhaustion. Pretending is heavier than chains. Chains are visible. This prison is internal. Only your soul feels the weight. and nobody applauds survival inside a cage they cannot see. Your insecurity is profitable. Entire industries survive on convincing you that you are incomplete. Skin, hair, speech, status. Upgrade or disappear. Buy or be invisible. A confident people are bad customers, so dissatisfaction is fed early and renamed ambition. But ambition without identity is hunger without end. You can climb forever and still feel small, because you climbed away from yourself, not towards something. You fear being too African, too loud, too proud, too visible, because visibility feels dangerous, and that fear was engineered, passed down like a whisper. Do not attract attention. Do not stand out. Do not risk rejection. So you mastered shrinking and called it maturity. Shrinking is not wisdom. It is survival that stayed too long. Here is the truth. You cannot hate yourself into success. You can become rich and still feel empty. You can become respected and still feel temporary. A person celebrated by the world and rejected by themselves is living exile in public. That is why achievement feels hollow, because success without identity is decoration, not foundation, and decoration cannot hold weight. Here is the dare. Stop negotiating. Say it clean. I am African. Not angry, not defensive, not apologetic. Fact, foundation, home. You do not move backward to claim identity. You move forward carrying it. African is not a cage. It is a coordinate, a route, a rhythm already inside your body. Every child is watching you, watching how you say your name, watching what embarrasses you. Children inherit posture before language. If you shrink, they will master shrinking. If you stand, they will call standing normal. You are teaching the next generation how big they are allowed to be. Right now, with every breath. The world does not fear African poverty. It fears African certainty. A person sure of who they are cannot be sold self-hatred, cannot be easily controlled. Doubt is profitable. Confidence is dangerous. That is why your pride is called arrogance, and your insecurity is called humility. Remember that. Close your eyes. Say it without performance. African. Feel the resistance. That resistance is the wound. Say it again. African. Feel the grounding. That grounding is the cure. The world remembered who you are. Now it is your turn. Say it one last time. African. Stand there. Do not decorate it. Do not explain it. Do not shrink it. Stand in it. Because a person who stops negotiating their existence becomes immovable. And immovable people change history, not by shouting, by standing, still, certain, unedited, African. Remember who you are. Stand in it. If this spoke to you, like, share, subscribe. This is the Motherland Manifesto.